Hey peeps, welcome back to Low on Cash. Today we're going to be looking at two different kinds of keyboards geared towards two different kinds of people with two different kinds of budgets. Do you want to be a clicky clacky boy, or would you rather be a little bit quieter and wireless? Let's take a look after the title. Alright, today we're going to be taking a look at the Aukey wired gaming keyboard and the Keychron K2 version 2 wireless gaming keyboard. Let's get these keyboards unboxed and spend a little time with them, and I'll let you know what I think about them. Alright, so let's get this Aukey keyboard opened up. Simple box, nothing fancy. I wouldn't expect anything less at the $30 price point this keyboard is. Alright, opening it up, it looks like we get a Aukey sticker and the instruction manual for the keyboard. Nothing special, these can be put to the side. We also get a cheap plastic keycap puller, which will do the job, but once again, nothing fancy. Let's get this keyboard out of this wrap and take a quick look at it. You can already hear the clickiness of the keys as I'm pulling it open. That's hilarious. Not a bad looking keyboard for first impression. Not at all. And here's everything that comes in the box. Okay, first up is the wired Aukey gaming keyboard. This keyboard comes in for right around $30 on Amazon. This keyboard comes with the clicky blue switches, which are made by Aukey. Very loud, very tactile. This keyboard also features an LED backlight, not RGB. It also comes with 14 different lighting profiles. Honestly, for only $30, this keyboard feels pretty good. I can flex it with very little flex. The keys feel mostly pretty good. The cable feels fine as well. I'll tell you this right now. If you love the clicky clacky loudness of a blue switched keyboard, you will feel right at home with this keyboard. Using this keyboard while gaming was a lot of fun, although different players in Apex Legends on my team could tell that I was using a very loud keyboard, even with my microphone noise suppression turned on. Typing on this keyboard also felt fun. I'm used to more of a brown type switch that I use with my Razer Chroma TE edition, so to switch over to a blue switch felt a little bit like a hacker while I was typing. Clickety clackety, clickety clackety. I found that the cable to plug in the keyboard was plenty long enough and got the job done. After adjusting to the layout of this keyboard, typing up emails and messages on it felt great. All the keys felt pretty good considering this was only $30. I didn't find any keys that didn't work. All the keycaps seemed to be fine without any printing errors on them. The stability of the keys, like the spacebar and enter key, was fine. Overall, pretty good. All right, let's talk about some likes and dislikes I had on this keyboard. First up, the likes. I think at $30, this keyboard is a really good value for what you're getting. You're getting quasi RGB lights, a full layout keyboard, switches that felt fun to type on, and just overall pretty good experience for $30. The setup was a breeze. There was no software to install for the lighting profiles. Nothing fancy. Plug it in, start typing. Even though I'm used to the brown switches, I found that the blue switches on it were a lot of fun to type on and a lot of fun to game with, even though they were really loud. All right, let's talk about some dislikes. Now, this is not really the fault of the keyboard itself, but I have to knock it for not having a removable cable. Not unexpected, but I would still prefer if it was removable. Some reviews on Amazon stated different issues after 6 months of use. It's got an overall 4-star rating on Amazon, but at $30, if you came across any issues after 6 months that weren't easily fixed and you like the keyboard, you could always pick up another one. The font on the keyboard wasn't my favorite. It's not bad by any means, but it's very gamery. And many people might like that if you're only using this to game on. But I also use this for work, so I would have preferred a more neutral font. I have to say, no one in my house liked the loudness of this keyboard. My wife could clearly hear it upstairs if it was quiet in the house. All right, moving on to the Keychron K2 version 2. Once again, nothing super fancy about the box. The box is going to get tossed likely anyway. Oh, that's nice. It comes with a little diagram showing you where the keys need to be replaced, and basically an easy to use instruction. Foam. The keyboard itself is wrapped in this little plastic. Instruction manual. Put that to the side. What else we got? Okay, we've got the replacement keycaps. We'll talk about that more during the review. We have the USB-C to USB-A charging cable and a much better keycap puller. Get this box moved out of the way. We'll open up the keyboard and take a quick look at it. It's kind of nice how they put the name on the little baggie. Just nice little touches when you spend a little more money. Okay, the keys are covered in this plastic shell protector. And here we go. Nice clean layout. Let's get the rest of the stuff from the box in the shot and we will move on to the review. Let's talk about the Keychron K2 version 2 mechanical gaming keyboard. First of all, I got it because it was wireless, and at $85, it represents a really good value. This keyboard comes with Gateron brown switches, which still give you the tactility of typing on a blue switch, but a much quieter profile as when you're typing. This keyboard features full RGB backlighting and is configured using a button on the keyboard itself. I tend to gravitate more towards a smaller layout on a keyboard, so this 75% 84 key keyboard suited me really good. I found this keyboard extremely sturdy with very little to no flex, and I had to use some of my muscles to flex it. The Gateron brown switches felt very comparable to my Razer keyboard. Keys felt good. The actuation of the keys felt fine as well. Typing on this keyboard for emails and messages and just for work in general was a pleasure. Very comparable to my Razer keyboard. This keyboard did pretty good while gaming. I found the keys were a little unstable for my liking, a little more wobble than I would have wanted. You can tell this keyboard was meant for like office productivity first and gaming second. So I don't know if I would recommend this keyboard as a full-time gaming keyboard only. I think while the keycaps on this keyboard get the job done, they were a little bit on the cheap feeling side. I didn't have any issues with any of them, but they just felt a little off. The charging and data cable on the keyboard felt nice. It's made out of a braided material, and it was plenty long enough for what I needed it for. I found the wireless connectivity of this keyboard pretty good. It's able to connect to 3 different devices, and I didn't have any dropouts while connected to my work computer or my gaming computer. This keyboard is compatible with Windows, Mac OS, and iPad OS out of the box. It even comes with different keycaps, so you can use them for a Mac or a Windows PC. Battery life on this keyboard is pretty average at 72 hours. I didn't have too many problems with it, and depending on which lighting profiles you use, that could either increase or decrease your battery life. Alright, starting out with my likes. I think at $85 to get a wireless gaming and office productivity keyboard with RGB lights, it's a pretty good value, especially considering this is Mac OS and Windows compatible. I liked how this keyboard can be used wired or wireless and found a lot of value in that as well. I absolutely love the layout and the look of this keyboard. There's just something about the gunmetal gray that they use on the keycaps, the red accent on the escape key. The RGB lights were very low key and not in your face, so I think it'd blend in well in an office environment. Just overall really nice looking keyboard. I really enjoyed it. Another thing, I really liked the laid back mellow font on this keyboard. Nothing stands out. Like I said, this keyboard would easily blend in an office environment. I really liked how they included the keycaps for Mac OS or Windows. It really gives an amount of versatility to this keyboard. All right, let's talk about some dislikes. 72 hours is pretty okay, but if you tend to use your keyboard a lot or don't have easy access to the charging cable, this can become a headache. I really found that I got about 2.5 days out of it. I use the same station for gaming and from work from home, so it gets a lot of use. I read somewhere that you cannot charge this keyboard and use it in Bluetooth mode at the same time. I personally didn't have this issue, so maybe they issued some kind of update for the keyboard, although now that I'm thinking about it, I don't believe the keyboard downloaded anything. I think the keycaps and the stability of the keys could be better at this price point. You can look at other keyboards and have a more stable experience, although you might not get all the features that this Keychron keyboard has. All right, so here are my final thoughts on these keyboards. You really can't go wrong with any keyboard, and in their price ranges, I think they easily meet my 85% threshold for usability and function. I think either one of these keyboards is a great option in their price range. Like I said, really these keyboards were geared at two different kinds of people in two different kinds of budget categories. So the choice is yours. The real question is, are you okay with a clicky wired keyboard, or would you prefer something that is almost 3 times the money but wireless and has additional features? Personally, for my money, I would choose the Keychron keyboard. I think at $85, it represents a really good value for everything you're getting. Wireless, full RGB, 10 keyless layout, which I prefer. Like I said, honestly, you can't go wrong with any of the keyboards. Hey peeps, let me start by saying thank you for the view today. And if you like what you've seen, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that like button as well. I love bringing these types of reviews to you guys. So if there's anything you'd like to see me review in the future, please feel free to comment below. All right, till next time.